Okay, we started the handbook in July. In August, we met with Jenny Arthur. It's a 1-hour consultation. It was no problem for her. I mean, in print, it was a 1-hour consultation, but she had absolutely no problem giving us a 2-hour. And she said, this is only a preliminary. You can come back after the employee handbook. And as we went through the handbook, she was like, you can even call us for your first fire. If you have to fire somebody, call us and we'll walk you through the steps before you have to do that, just so you're safe. Just work with that was just fantastic. Your site is so easy to navigate that it wasn't any big difficulty finding the forms that I needed. Sonia needed certain forms to go along with the employee handbook and the procedures. The meeting was really educational. There's a lot of subtleties that are put down in the print that Jenny said, just don't touch that. Read through it, but don't touch it because it's meant to protect you and the employee by being subtle, which I thought was really informational. And the like break lengths, we didn't know that there's a law. A break has 20 minutes or less. If it's any more, it has to be paid for. So
what are you talking about?
There's a law that says if you give people more than a 20-minute break, you've got to pay for the break. So if you can give them a break in the morning and a break in the afternoon, but it's got to be less than 20 minutes, but they have to have the break.
Got it.
So it's really, yeah.
So, you guys liked the program, is that right?
Loved it.
And there's continued value in it beyond the handbook?
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Whenever I had a question, I raised the ticket. It was just answered. All of the times it was answered within a day. But there were times when I submitted the ticket that right when I submitted it, within 5 minutes, I saw Jenny submitting another ticket asking somebody else, to clarify. So I could really see that she was just on top of it. So it was just a great experience all around.
When you're talking about getting it done in it, you're constantly referring to the handbook as a project.
Yes.
Okay, so the big question for me is, once the handbook is done, what's the value? Is there any immediate obvious values of the program once that project is complete?
For me, when Jenny offered to go through a firing
somebody, yeah.
It seemed to me that any question that we had going through this seemed like she would be there for us to answer questions going forward, not just the consult.
So you see the value of the ongoing program as mainly having a kind of HR consultant on call.
On call, but also it's essential because the laws change. The laws are always changing. So, and they need to.
Do they proactively tell us, or
I don't know.
Do you get an email? Well, you get an email every week.
Yeah, I like updates. And when I get, because they're really informative.
The ongoing value is access to an HR consultant and being updated on changes and things you need to know about.
Yes.
So if you think about it, you're spending $300 a month to have an HR department. It would cost you a lot more than that to have somebody who really knows their staff working for you when you've got employees. So you very cheap option to have an HR department.
You can raise a ticket at any point.
Being able to look after the employees, making sure you get the holidays and the pay and the firings and your workman's compensation. And I mean, there's a huge amount to having employees and having somebody on call that you can immediately get an answer from. Oh, that's amazing.
They can talk to us too if they've got a quick question. I got hundreds of clients that need an employee handbook. Employee handbooks, if you buy them, will cost, just for the handbook alone, is going to cost you somewhere between, to have someone help you knows what they're doing, $1,500 to $2,500.
Right. And then there's no ongoing support. That's one of the things I like about this is that
to get a skilled HR person like that, you're going to spend $2,500 to $5,000 a month. To have that level of accessibility. So to get it for a 10% of that it's a ridiculous value if you set what the value you're getting at a realistic number. But if somebody says, oh geez, $300 a month, I don't have $300 a month to do that, they haven't understood all of the other back benefits that you've discussed.
I think to me, if somebody says I can't afford $300 a month, and if you say to them, well, if you get sued because you didn't have things correct in your HR with your employees, it's going to cost you a lot more than that. Your workman's compensation, if somebody decides, to scam the system and pull up, do a thing on your workman's comp, your workman's comp can go 4 times that amount a month. So to me, it's almost like an insurance policy, because you are ensuring that your employees are correct. You're legally correct with the federal government. You're legally correct with the state that you're in. Your ass is covered, basically. If you don't do that, you're leaving yourself open to litigation.
Right.
It's
Sonia, you're hired.
Yeah.
The value point is just in having access to an HR person.
I think if you're a small business and you're just starting, one of the problems that you've got is you get your first employee and you think, well, I've only got one. And, we kind of started that way when we took on Wade, but it's amazing how quickly, if your business grows and, you can grow your business, you will take on more employees. And if you don't think about these things to start with, we've got 3 American employees now. It's amazing how quickly it can happen. And if you leave it too long, you get to the point where it's too hard. It's really difficult to go back and then set these constraints for your employees, because this is the constraints that are supposed to be there within a company. It's a bit hard to go back then when you've got 5 or 10 employees and say, okay, look, we just learned, you're not supposed to do this, or we can't give you this. It's too late. You need to do it from the beginning.
It's a great sales point, really. And you're right. You're absolutely right.